Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? It is 96 degrees here today, so not in the hundreds, so that's a good sign, but it's still really, really, really hot, and we're sick of it. So could you please send some fall weather to Texas? We really, really would appreciate it, and we need it. I know Florida's fixing to get a whole bunch of rain. They're fixing to get a hurricane. God bless all the people that are in that hurricane's path. There's going to be lots of flooding and destruction. This is a big hurricane, and it's coming into a low-lying area, so there's going to be a lot of flooding. So God bless you guys. If you're in the path of the hurricane, you've been told to leave. Please, please listen and leave. Just God bless all the people that are going to be affected by this hurricane. Keep them safe and remove them from harm's way. Thank you. All right. So, hey, are y'all having trouble with these little ants? I've got in my bathroom, I guess they like to come in for the water, these little tiny, tiny little ants, and I feed my kitty in the bathroom because I have dogs out in the front. So I always feed her on the back of my bathtub. I have a big garden tub, so I can put her food on the other side and the dogs can't get it. There's ants eating her food. Um, and I found something that actually works to get rid of them. So if you're having trouble, listen up. Just get a little bit of white vinegar, any kind of vinegar really will work, and do half water and half vinegar, and just spray it all around the area, and that gets rid of them. I did that, and they are all gone. And I mean, they were coming every day, every day. I was just wiping them up and cleaning it up, and I didn't want to put any poison down because that's where I feed my kitty, and she walks there and everything. I didn't want to put poison, and then her lick her little paw after she stepped in, some poison that I sprayed. But this works. Vinegar, it works. All right, so did I watch the debate? No, I didn't watch the debate, y'all. I've seen the highlights from it. I had planned on watching it. I was cooking that night the debate came on, and my daughter called my husband's phone and asked us to go out to eat. And it was 7 o'clock at night, and we were going to eat, and I was going to watch the debate, and I had a plan. And he told her, "No, your mom's cooking, but y'all can come here." And so they came over, and of course, you know, we got busy talking and taking care of dishes and all that. And then all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh my gosh, we missed the debate." One thing led to another, but it kind of turned out the way that I thought it would. Nikki Haley got a bump up at first, but now she's kind of fallen a little bit. And she did really good. She was a firecracker, and that Ramswamy. Whew, I was getting when I was connecting with him. This I was hearing that I didn't want to say this, but I will. I didn't say it in the last video, but I was hearing he's a blowhard. He's a blowhard because I've never heard him. I've never seen him. And I don't really like to, call people names or anything, but that's what I kept hearing. He's a blowhard, and I guess he kind of is a blowhard. Boy, he can really talk. So like I said, I did see some highlights, but I didn't watch the whole debate. And then my daughter, y'all, I'm just going on and on. I am going to have a look at Mike Pence just to tell y'all that. My daughter had like a panic attack on Friday. She felt like she couldn't breathe. She had shortness of breath, and I told her I'd meet her. There's an emergency clinic here close by, and I told her husband called me. And as soon as the phone rang and I saw it was my son-in-law, I knew something was wrong right away. I'm like, "What's wrong?" I answered the phone, "What's wrong?" And he said, "It's your daughter." And I'm like, "What? What's wrong?" So she was feeling like she couldn't breathe. She couldn't take a deep breath. She said, I can't get a breath. And she was starting to panic, and I said, "Well, you want to go to the emergency clinic?" I tried to calm her down. I talked to her and told her she's okay. Take a deep breath. You're going to be all right. And the whole time I was getting dressed because I had my pajamas on still. It was early in the day. And I told her, "Do you want to go to the clinic? I'll meet you in front of the clinic." So They live a little bit further than I do from the clinic, but he beat me there, so he must have really been driving quickly. She was standing outside in the heat. It was like 106 degrees, and she was standing out in this heat. Uh, and she said, I feel like I can't sit down. I feel like I have to move. I have to be moving. And she was feeling panicky, and I had an oxygen meter. I took her oxygen, and her oxygen level at that time was like at 89. And I said, take some deep breaths, come here and sit down in my car in the air conditioning, take some deep breaths. And she sat down, and then it went up to like 98, so I know she was getting plenty of oxygen in her body. And she said, should I go in the clinic, or am I going to be okay? What should I do, Mom? What should I do? And I said, go in the clinic, go, because she needed to be reassured by somebody other than just me. I never felt like there was, that anything was really super wrong with her or anything. Um, and I was very calm and very reassuring, and I know she needed that. But she also needed the doctor to tell her you're okay. So I told her, go do it. So they did an EKG, and they did a lung X-ray, and they didn't take any blood though. And he said that it was probably. I don't think he told her it's a panic. It's anxiety. He said you're having anxiety. He didn't say you're having a panic attack. He said this is anxiety. More likely, most likely anxiety. So she has been doing the keto diet for over 2 months, probably going into 3 months now. And I think it may have something to do with the keto diet. I really do, because you know, I don't know. Oh, she had had pizza. She went off her diet the night before and ate pizza, and then she felt like her stomach was bloated from the crust of the pizza. She hadn't had white flour, or anything like that in a long time, and she just felt so much pressure on her stomach. So I think it had something to do with her diet. But the doctor gave her a histamine, antihistamine, and I don't know. He said that helps with anxiety. So she's been taking that. She can take it like every 6 hours. It's really a real strong one. And she took it and just passed out and went to sleep. So it does relax you, so that I can see how that would help with anxiety. She said she couldn't yawn from Friday till Monday. So I went back, I saw her again on Monday. I called her, of course, Saturday and Sunday. And I went to go visit her on Monday to see how she was doing. And she said, this is the first day I could yawn. So there's something going on with not being able to relax. Her daughters are both in New York now. And there's, empty nest syndrome. She's getting older. There's, depletion of hormones, being on the diet, all kinds of mixture. So prayers are appreciated, you guys. We go from one thing to another here. But she's fine. She's doing better. She still had a little bit of shortness of breath, but she's feeling a lot better. Also, did you know if you drink a lot of sugar-free, like sucralose, NutraSweet, and stuff like that, if you use that a lot, it can make you feel breathless. It can do that to you. It does it to my daughter, and it does it to my husband. It doesn't really do that to me, but it does that to them. So that may have an effect on her too, because she was drinking something with artificial sweetener in it also every morning, I think in her coffee. So, lots of things. So be careful with your diet, you guys. All right, so that's what I've been doing. So let's take a look at Pence. I told you I was going to do a reading on him. I did lay the cards all out already. So I'm going to read them to you now. And I always like to look at the bottom of the deck. I call it the flavor of the reading. And this is Five of Swords. By standing up for the Constitution, Pence, did the right thing. He did do the right thing by certifying the election, but he lost a lot of supporters because of that. And, that's where he is right now. I know he's trying really hard to win them over, and he's starting to actually do some trash campaigning talk about Trump a little bit now. So in the very beginning, it was really very soft, but he's getting a little stronger, a little stronger. Maybe the Christie's rubbing off on him. He's everywhere, that Christie. All right, so let's take a look at the first card that I pulled here. This is Three of Pentacles. Pence is working really hard to change his image, and he's actually having a positive effect. You know, it he is gaining more support actually, so it's working out pretty good for him. Now I know he's not where he wants to be, but he is getting some guidance, and he's listening to his consultants, and he's starting to go after Trump a little bit, and that's actually working out for him, because believe it or not, there's a lot of people in the GOP that aren't going to vote for Trump. Now I know he's still the number one candidate, but he ain't gonna be there for long. Crossing over is Four of Wands. So all in all, the debate went pretty well for Trump, because he didn't put his foot in his mouth. You know what I mean? As long as you don't make a big mistake, you've done very well in the debate. And most everyone at the debate that was standing on the debate stage actually defended Pence for standing up for the Constitution, and certifying the election. They all defended him on doing that, so that was pretty good. Even DeSantis had to admit that he didn't have a beef with him, right? So all in all, it went well for him. Overlooking his campaign, what's going on, the Empress. I think this is his wife here, and he has total support from his wife. I guess she wants to be first lady. Okay, I got something else on his daughter, but let me talk about his wife. They both feel like this is the best opportunity for him to run for president. Since Trump will likely be in jail, and I'm saying that from their point of view. That's they're thinking, well, he's going to be going to jail. Somebody's got to take his place. May as well be his running mate, right? Why not be his vice president, take his place? So yeah, she's all in it. Now, Mike Pence's daughter, this is what I got right before I turned on the camera here. She's like an old soul. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know who she is. I don't even know what her name is or anything, but it's like she's moving away from that situation, that politics. She's not not like she's physically moving away, but she wants to be away from it. She doesn't want to be a part of that landscape, that political landscape. And that doesn't mean she doesn't support her father, but I think she would be happier if he would just be grandpa. She would prefer just some normalcy, just be grandpa, just be grandma and grandpa. That's what I'm getting from his daughter. Mike Pence and his wife are seeking redemption. Honestly, they are. They want to be seen as we're the adults in Trump's administration. My husband was the adult. He made the right decision. But I feel like it's a little too late for that. And he's in fourth place now, right? He has 6% of the vote. Trump has 59% of the vote. DeSantis has 14% of the vote. Ramaswamy has 8% of the vote. And Nikki Haley, she did have 7% after the debate, but now she's dropped to 3%, because Republicans don't like women to be in charge. They really don't. So Even though she did a really good job, she has nothing to show for it now. All right, last card that I pulled on Mike Pence, the Hanged Man. You know, this is an indication of Pence just hanging around and waiting for Trump to fail, to fall, to go to jail. And he feels like once that happens, that he'll be able to corral his votes and all the voters for him. Um, it's like he feels like it's his duty to get the old GOP party back. It's like he's being called into service just to bring the old, you know, what used to be the old GOP. And he's a little bit overly confident that he can do that because there is a lot of uncertainty around him right now. So, I don't think it looks that bright for his future. And this is the last card. That's the future. That's the near future. And, I don't feel like he's going to be going anywhere. He's going to be waiting around for a long time. That's how I feel this is going to go. Okay. So let's take a look at Christie while I'm here. Christie has been on all kinds of talk shows, all the morning shows. He's been everywhere, ABC, MSNBC. He's just, he is hitting it. I don't know if, like DeSantis, I don't see him anywhere, but I don't watch Fox News, or any of the GOP news outlets. I don't really watch them, but Christie is on, all of the ones that I watch. He's on CNN, he's on ABC, he's on MSNBC. But Christie talks a good game, and it's kind of like, all these Supreme Court judges that said said that abortion was settled, and now it was overturned. So you have to watch these guys. I like him. I like what he's saying, but I don't think you can trust a Republican, unfortunately. That's a terrible thing to say, I know, but Christie is pro-life. He's following in the footsteps of the GOP and wanting a federal abortion ban. He won't support gun laws and ban automatic weapons. He says that he believes global warming is real, but he hasn't come out and supported regulations of greenhouse gas emissions. So it's like he says one thing and his another thing come. If you go back and look at the things that he says one thing and then he says another. So what else? He's called for cuts on Social Security, on Medicare, and he's called to have the Affordable Care Act repealed. So he's a Republican. All in all, he's a Republican. So we can't ever forget that. He talks a good game. I like him, but I don't like his politics. You know what I mean? And remember this. He was the first sitting governor to back Trump in 2016. He was head of the transition team and he worked for Trump. And, Trump says, he's saying that right now on Truth Social and, at his fundraisers and everything, that Christie is just sore because, he didn't get a place in Trump's cabinet, which may be true. That may be true. So let's take a look. Okay, so I have all the cards shuffled, and the bottom of the deck is the flavor of the reading. It is the World. So, Christie definitely has the attention of the world, and he's making some big waves. So he's got the world at his feet. Sorry, that was my phone. I got it too close by. The first card I pulled for him is the Devil card. So, yeah, he's definitely out to get Trump. This is all about behavior. So he's doing this, he is doing it out of malice. I hate to say that, but he is. And if he gets elected, that's, during this whole process, this is like icing on the cake. It's kind of like how Trump was like trying to get in 2016. He really didn't think he'd get elected. He was just trying to get publicity, and then he got elected. So Chris Christie has learned from the best, I guess. So, but I do believe his main objective here is to throw mud at Trump. So maybe he is a little bit sore. Yeah. Crossing over, that card is Page of Pentacles. So the good news is that he's achieving his directive, his goal, and he's doing a great job. He's throwing mud at him every single day. He's on the news every day, so he's very successful at what he's doing. So that's good news. I don't know if it's good news for him, but it's good news for us. Ace of Cups. This is an opportunity for Chris Christie to get back at Trump. I keep seeing that over and over and over. So you see the tears coming out of this cup. This is the pain that it cost him when Trump didn't hire him and didn't use him in his cabinet after he'd been so loyal to him. This really pained Chris Christie. This really struck a nerve with him, that Trump didn't include him. So this is definitely a vendetta. It's an opportunity to pay back Trump for what he did to Chris Christie. So yeah, it definitely is. So Trump may be right for once in his life. Wheel of Fortune. Fortune. This is all about his fortunes changing. And Chris Christie is taking his fortune into his own hands and making hay, while the sun shines. So this is him, he has an opportunity. He's got a big mouth. He knows how to use it. And that's what he's doing. He's making hay while the sun's shining. And, I don't really feel like it's so much that he wants to be president as he wants to attack Trump. Honestly, that's how I feel about it. Page of Wands, this is the future. Chris Christie is, it's like he's auditioning for multiple jobs. So not just for the presidency. He's up for, maybe working in television. He is already, I think he's been paid for, I don't know, ABC or something maybe was paying him. But anyway, I feel like this is him just auditioning for future jobs. That he can talk the talk, walk the walk. You reach for the stars and you might not make it, but you'll be high up on the food chain. So you know what I mean? That's the way he looks at it, because he's getting all this attention. And what a great way to showcase his talents. So that's what he's doing. He's just utilizing this to showcase his talents. Now, I'm sure he's telling his campaign and his campaign manager that, he wants to be president. Does he really think he has a chance to be president? I don't think so. I don't even think he believes that he really has a chance. But there's only good that will come out of it for him. Everything that results out of this will be good for Chris Christie, okay? There's no downside for him. So why not run for president? Why not badmouth Trump? It's all good. That's how he's looking at it, He's paying back Trump, and, something good will come out of it for him, no matter what. Even if he's not elected president, he'll have a great job out of it. He's 60 years old, he probably doesn't need to work, but I'm sure he'll be working in television, I'm sure, because, he's got the gift of gab. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I made a video yesterday, and I don't know if some of y'all saw that the wrong one went up. I could not find that video. That was so weird, because I made this long video yesterday for you guys, and when I put it up, I looked at it, and I did get somebody had told me, I think that's that's the wrong video, and I saw that it was only a few minutes and I was like, oh, so I deleted it. I took it down right away and I couldn't find that video. My video had turned off and I was just talking to the camera and it didn't get recorded properly. So that one will never be revealed. So maybe you weren't supposed to see it. That's the way I look at things. When things don't work out right, I think, well, that wasn't meant to be. So sorry if anybody saw a video. That was a private session, but I never write full names on sessions anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's Bob or Lori or somebody, who knows who it was. So I never write their full names. I'll use their first name and that's it. But if it was your video, I'm sorry. It was only up for a few minutes, so I will be more careful. I'm on my husband's laptop now, and things are a little bit different. For some reason, my videos come up instead of the last one that I made coming up, the oldest one comes up first. And then I have to sift down to the bottom. Maybe I can go change the settings. I'm going to go look and see if I can do that because, to have to hunt down for a video that I just made, it doesn't seem right. On my laptop, my HP, it would be the first one there. So I could just click on the first one and I know I was fine. I was okay. And I'll be much more careful this time around. But thank y'all for listening to me and putting up with me. I appreciate it. If you would like to get a healing session with me, if you need a chakra balancing, if you'd like to get a reading, please reach out to me. I'm doing all those. I've been busy, and I appreciate it because I love being busy. I love doing healing sessions the best. I know I always say that, but I really, really enjoy doing them, and I really give it my all. And I'm getting, such good feedback from people. So if you need a healing session, look down below and you'll see my email. I can do a total healing package, or I can do a real simple, easy one that doesn't take so much of my time, and I do that for free. And I'm happy to do that. Some people will buy the packaged one and then come back, and then I'll do another healing session for them for free like a week later, just to keep it going, keep the healing going. So if you would like to do something like that, let me know. Just reach out to me, okay? All right, guys. I also have a few of the pendulums left. I have the rose quartz. I have a few of those. I have one amethyst left, and I think one clear quartz left. So before, I actually said I had one, and I had two clear quartz, and I did sell one. So I do still have one more left. So if you would like to get a pendulum, just email me. It's $25, comes in a little blue velvet bag, and that includes shipping. Okay, I don't charge any extra for shipping. 25, just even. All right, guys, love y'all so much. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.